But this is what I see when I go on the channel.
Yeah, it's
but when
just
I
the
click on the
frozen picture thing. Oh. Oh, it's live. If you refresh. I'm gonna close my window real quick, okay? We'll get started. Alright, you guys there?
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh. Welcome. Oh, my chair too. Okay. Well, let's get started then. Thank you everyone for coming. First Corrupt podcast. Oof. Alright. So, for those who don't know, maybe do some introductions. Do you want me to start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, sick. So in Roblox, name is Bakugan11. I was in F.E.A.R for probably like 8 years now. Probably active for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 of those. Was active, got Colonel 2012 to 2013. Then quit, came back around end of 2016, and was active for most of 2017, and got, what's it called? General then. At some point in between that 2013 to 2017 time zone, or time period, I also got Vice Commander for a brief moment before getting demoted. The classic. But yeah, now I'm just an honorary leader. I stop by from time to time. And I'm a accounting student, University of Illinois, a junior. And so yeah. Which one do you want to go next?
I guess I'll go. So hey everybody, I'm ACelayer13. I have been in and out of F.E.A.R since 2010. I first got high rank in January of 2011, I want to say. And then I've just been up and down on the ranks basically since then. I've been the Director of Warfare, Director of Advancement, Director of Community Relations. I've helped out with Justice, so I've basically done everything within the group imaginable. But yeah, I retired back in 2017, and I've just been at Honorary Leader since. Just been working on real life stuff since then, getting my schooling done and all that. So that's basically it.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Blandu, former VCO of F.E.A.R. I've been in F.E.A.R since 2012. Same as Ace, I've kind of done everything in the group, and now I just troll. I'm glad to be here.
You fucking idiot. Alright. So, talk about, like, maybe what brought you to F.E.A.R, how you joined, and a lot of us, I think, quit and came back, so maybe, like, why you came back over various times, okay? Maybe Blandu start.
Okay. I don't really know why I joined F.E.A.R. I think I was just kind of new to groups. I joined in 2012. I also have left and come back a few times. I think the first time that I left, it was probably because I got demoted. I was a colonel, and then I got demoted for being a jerk.
Yeah, you were
So
kind
I
of a jerk.
Yeah. So after I got demoted, I started trolling, and then I quit. And then I think after that, I came back for a little bit. Didn't get promoted or anything, and then I quit again. And I came back on Blandu.
Yeah, because
my old account was BlazeMan54.
Yep. Nice, iconic.
Remember that name? Yeah. And then I was on Blandu. I started at that account like 2014. No one really knew me for the first couple months that I was on there, and then I revealed who I was.
It was such a big secret.
Yeah. And then I got promoted in like the middle of 2015, and I was a high rank until I quit 2 years ago today. Actually, I quit.
Are you serious?
So, yeah.
Whoa!
The
what
2 year
the
anniversary
no way.
of my retirement.
Dude.
What
Thank
the
you.
hell? No way. That's
I
crazy.
swear.
Land.
Alright, go ahead, Ace.
All right, so I can't remember the original reason why I joined in 2010, but I wasn't really active in 2010. I left right before I got promoted in January 2011. So I came back in January 2011 as an I was an admiral under at the time, and all of a sudden get jumped up to leader after joining, which is technically what general is today. So it's just I was like, why? So I stuck around after that point. Wasn't really active because at the same time I was an admiral under at, so it was kind of just shifting between activity between the group, and then ultimately stayed with F.E.A.R. I ended up getting demoted. Shoutouts to the Corrupt podcast. That's the theme here. We've all been demoted here at some point. But came back. I don't remember when. I've been in and out of the group so many times. It's just
exactly.
hard to keep track of. But yeah, that's been the theme of my career. Joined and then left for different reasons. Came back and rinse and repeat, basically.
Well, for me, I joined back in, I think I said like 2012, maybe it was like end of 2011, but I was in a group called the Renegade Brigade with Catastrophe or whatever, and then followed him over since he was a colonel at the time in F.E.A.R, like leading tech stuff. He was pretty like interesting character, but regardless of whatever his like personal stuff, he was pretty good at the tech stuff, so F.E.A.R like was definitely moving and improving much faster than other groups at the time. So I joined, and I like had no idea what the hell was going on because I was like a little kid. But I hung out, got like officer, and then got colonel and whatnot. But yeah, then I came back multiple times, just like Ace. Don't really remember why. It just kind of happened. You get that addiction or whatever going. But furthermore, I guess we'll move on to maybe some nostalgia stuff. So, what was your first fort when you came in? Like, what was the first fort you remember that we had? I assume all of us kind of had Fort Eleanor as the first one, but maybe what's your favorite one? And then you can also say favorite fort that you raided too.
I would say my favorite fort that we've had is Eleanor 2, the one that we had right before I quit, because it was really easy to win at, so it made me feel good. My favorite fort to raid, I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I don't have a favorite fort that I like to raid.
Really? Come on, you've been in fucking
gotta have
Roblox
one,
for like
dude.
6
Come
years. There's gotta be one, even if you're
Just a
not
cop-out,
like
dude.
favorite, just like one that you're like,
Well,
hey, I don't
it's
mind
not
that
one
fort.
that I raided with F.E.A.R, but
That's fine. It doesn't matter.
back when I was trying to get into VAC, I really liked playing at SMO, so that was fun.
Oh really? On defense sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was fun to raid too, but I never actually raided it with a clan. I just did like defense trainings, but I'd say that was like my favorite fort to play at.
Mm-hmm. Ace, what about you?
For me, a favorite fort was Eleanor 2. Shout out to how easy it was to win defenses there. With the Hammerhead and the Demolisher. Holy hell, those were OP. Like, the Hammerhead would freeze you if you actually got hit by it. It was just so it was so fucking OP.
What was the ATC one? The Demolisher way back in the day?
Demolisher.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
That was pretty much one hit.
That was a minigun too.
Somebody with it. It was, holy hell. But favorite fort to raid was probably Borealis.
Oh yeah. Borealis is definitely gonna be one of my top ones.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like 2013, 2014 Rat War. I think when like CJ was
2012.
leader. Yeah, 2012 maybe. But it was
Yeah.
when CJ was leader. We raided Borealis all the time. Back when Borealis actually worked. That was really fun. It was really cool because like you gotta like level up and stuff like that, unlock new stuff, which for the time was like super unprecedented. Other times you just load into a base and have like your basic sword and gun.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely ahead of its time.
There's like, I think one of the most iconic ones, like I saw, what was it, we talked about it in general chat the other day, where Fort Fang or whatever. Fort Fang is definitely one of my top ones. Because it's just so, like every single time that I remember raiding that was so fun. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just like the people or something, but that fort was so fun to play. You have all the cars flying around too. You're picking up people back at spawn. You flying them in, dude. Oh my god, I love that fort so much.
That war when it was the GSC versus JC, basically.
Yeah,
Like that war was fun, but it was also at the end was just kind of dumb with how it was handled on both sides. But
honestly, that's most wars though. Let's be honest.
that's true.
Most Roblox wars are just like, "Wah, you cheated. Oh, well, what do we do to punish you? Well, we can't punish you. You're a different group." Oh, wow, shit.
Auto win, GG.
Yeah, I think the only time that I personally have seen a war that has like finished in a way that it's like not controversial is when we got destroyed by Widge.
Widge,
when
yeah.
Minnow was director of war, we kind of just took the out.
Got blasted.
For like 2 days.
Yeah, what, they raided us over a weekend and won like 12 times or something like that?
It was like we first to 25 wins and we got 5 or something like that, and they got 25 in like 2 days.
Yeah. We were like, oh, well, okay. Was it Widge's 4 was still the same as it is now, right? They have that like third person thing back then? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still like up and running. I think they might.
I mean, already back then they were kind of dead. They just had, what's it called? Mercs and stuff.
Yeah.
But that being said, Ace, what's your favorite war then?
I would probably be that 2012 Rat versus F.E.A.R war. That was the first war that I ran as Director of Warfare.
Yeah.
So that definitely has some nostalgia for me, just from that being my first one.
That was gonna be mine too.
Yeah, with Borealis being the fort we had to raid, that was also fun. So
yeah,
I
had a lot of fun with that war.
I would say either that or the first I joined. I know when I joined F.E.A.R, we were in the middle of a war with TRA. I thought that was really fun because, well, for me at least, because it was my first group and I didn't really understand what was going on. So it was more fun for me as I was like, I think 11 or 12 when I joined F.E.A.R. So it was just a fun experience.
Yeah, wait, how old was everybody when they joined F.E.A.R? So you're 11 or 12. But okay, let me think actually. Okay, so it's 2020.
Oh no, I was 13. I was 13 because I joined in 2012.
I was 12, I think.
8. I was like 13 too. So I actually was getting into my teenage years. Okay, so I wasn't totally like a kid, but I don't know. All right, we're gonna do something fun here, but and maybe a little bit controversial, but we'll try to keep it a little bit toned down, I guess. I'm gonna pull up a list here of all the honorary leaders that aren't us, and you're gonna rank them all. Okay. All right, let me count how many there are. One sec. 1, 2, 3. Oh, dude, why is Volrin on F.E.A.R_Volrin? Is that a placeholder? What the hell?
Yeah, because when F.E.A.R got AA,
did he never join back or something, or what?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So there's 11 of them.
Are we including us 3? Oh wait, you said everyone that's not us?
Not us, yeah.
Okay.
You can... No, we just shouldn't do us at all.
Blind do number 1.
I give you 2 zeros.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Wait, are we like ranking them in order, or are we giving them like a 1 through 10 like score?
Let's do it in order. That's fun.
Okay.
all right. Let's do Blandu first.
Me? Oh no, you gotta.
Nope, you're first. Who's your? Let's start with number 11. Okay. Your least favorite.
Okay, number 11. I would say. Are we talking about like their entire time in F.E.A.R or like when they were a VCO or whatever rank they were?
I don't care.
Oh gosh, for number 11. I would say.
If you need me to list them all, unless you guys have the.
Rish is my number 11.
Jesus.
My number 10 is probably Zach. Number 9, I would say Andrew Lee.
Okay.
Actually, no, put 13th hippie where Andrew is.
Okay, yeah.
And then Andrew. Then I would say... Well, I'm flipping back and forth between the page. Bixby would be number 7, am I on?
Hold on one second. Let me pull this up on the monitor thing, the stream.
Okay.
Okay, they got it now. Continue.
Okay.
You are Andrew at 8.
Yeah, and then I put Bixby at 7. I would say Oh wait, actually put Shaggo Bash at 8 and then move Andrew and Bixby up. So Andrew 7, Bixby 6, and then I would say Jason is 5. Lord Nobody is 4.
Wait, hold on. Jason's 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lord Nobody is 4. Dr. Cooper is 3. Biloxi is 2.
Oh,
Wait,
damn.
oh wait, I forgot Volerin. I didn't.
Yeah, Voller number 1, baby. Damn.
That's so hard,
Shout
bro.
out to Volrin, dude.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on, let me. Here, skip me. I have to come back.
What
to
do you
this. I have to
mean?
write- I'm flipping back and forth between the pages. I forget who
I need to mute when I type too. Okay. Actually, I'm putting Voller number 1 for you.
Okay, yeah, just leave it. Okay, so that's my list.
Holy shit, you really love Voller. What the hell?
He's always really nice to me.
Alright, you want to give any justification for your list at all, or you want to leave it at that?
Did I put Rish last?
Yeah.
Okay, probably. Can I make amendments to my list?
Yeah.
Okay, come back to me.
What do
me.
you?
I need more
Okay,
time to
okay,
think.
fine.
You threw me into this. I need more time.
You could have taken your time. Alright, one sec. Alright, Ace, your turn. Do you need a list?
So
Or you got it?
no, I got the page pulled up.
Alright.
So I'll start with number 1. Number 1 is Jason.
Number
Number
1?
2 is Andrew.
Okay, you're going,
Yes.
you're going the reverse. Alright.
Number 2 is Andrew. Number 3 is Lord Nobody.
Who'd you say, Jason?
And then who cares about the rest?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
2 was who? Andrew?
2 was Andrew.
Okay.
3 was Lord Nobody. And then I don't care about the rest, to be honest with you. Actually, 4 Dr. Cooper. We'll put him 4.
Okay.
And then who cares about everybody else?
Alright. Way to put effort into it compared to plan, dude.
That's just how much I care
did a
about the
lot of
rest of
thinking. I
the
was like-
people at Honorary Leader, to be honest. They're about the same.
What were you saying, Blando?
Yeah, that was my trouble too. It's like I didn't really know a lot of them, so I was having trouble ranking them. But I'm making my list right now, so give me like 1 more minute.
Okay. I'll just fill out mine real quick.
Actually, I'll put Rish at the bottom just because of the interesting information we learned about him the other day.
Wait, is it?
That's toxic. You guys want to guess on who my number 11 is?
I know.
Yeah, you guys can easily get that one. Ace, what's your guess? Come on.
I'm gonna guess Blandu.
I don't know. It can't be what it was.
His name rhymes with
What does it rhyme with?
black. Foo.
Wow. Alright.
Okay, I'm ready. I have my list. This is still kind of thrown together. I didn't put too much thought into it, but number
Hold on,
one. I
one
put...
second.
Oh, sorry.
Let me do my like top 4. Then we'll get yours.
Whoa, didn't see that coming. Zach at the bottom.
Wow, crazy. Alrighty. I'm gonna try to make this a bit longer. All right, you want to amend your list? What do we got? What do we got?
Yes. So I changed it to how much like of a difference I think they made in the group, like what they did.
Okay.
Not like whether some. Well, yeah, it's obviously not whether I like them or not. But I put Biloxi as number 1, Lord Nobody as number 2.
One sec.
Dr. Cooper as number 3. Jason as number 4. Bixby as number 5. Then Rish, and then Zach, and then Andrew, and then Shagabash, and then Bolrin, and then 13 Tippy.
Okay. Yo, I have a question. Why is Volan an honorary leader? Like, he was like, what the hell? Like, he was like a good person. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't have any problems with him. I was just like, it seems so random. He was never vice commander.
Okay, so I remember. So it was before we even moved to Discord, so it was a while ago. But I saw that like some groups had an honorary leader rank, so I suggested that we make one to Sonic.
I'm pretty sure I came up with that idea first, by the way, and then got shot down.
Yeah, you probably did. Yeah. Well, anyway, I got him to actually do it.
Yeah.
And I think we were just like, I don't know, everyone that wasn't a VCO, I like, well, he suggested too, but like some of the like Volan, I probably suggested because he was just like well known. But everyone that's not a former VCO, we kind of like came up with together, and then he put the final say in. So I don't know why we actually made him an honorary leader, but he's there now.
He's the best guy ever, though, dude.
Like,
that's all he needs.
He didn't do anything wrong. It was just so random compared to the others.
I don't even remember much of what he did. Maybe he was like active.
I don't know either.
No, he just showed up.
No, I he was around when I was, and I don't even remember what he did.
Yeah, he was just a nice guy. Like, I just don't know. Like, there's nothing against him. I was just curious. I was like, what? It's interesting.
Was he even a high rank? Like,
yeah. I know he was a colonel
for a little bit.
I think he was general briefly.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember him being a high rank. That's how bad.
Yeah, I remember he showed up to F.E.A.R meeting back when we had F.E.A.R meeting at the old place, the super old one.
Oh yeah.
The one with the plants.
Oh.
Wait, do we have access to F.E.A.R meeting stuff still? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Let's see real quick. Oh, so if like, I don't know, there's a few people watching still, but if people have questions or whatever, feel free to type it in chat. We'll be sure to answer.
Man, I remember back before I was a high rank, like in like 2012, 2013, and all you guys used to go to the F.E.A.R meeting place. Me and like a couple other officers would literally like make a party chat and wait to see who would get colonel.
Yeah.
Be like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna get colonel.
No. The thing was like,
all my friends but me got colonel.
The best thing was you would watch the what's it called, the server list, and you would see who's going in, and you're refreshing, you're checking who shows up, you're like, oh, this guy likes me, I'm sure that he would like vouch for me, right? It was so fun back then to see, because like Ace was actually like HR for like most of that time, right? But you and me were like officers, just like watching, like trying to see if we were getting promoted and stuff. Oh,
and I remember I would get so disappointed when I started to see everyone leave and I didn't get promoted. I'd be like, oh
yeah, once they started to leave. Oh no. Wait, were you ever a warrant officer? You remember that rank?
Yeah, I was. I think I got it through like that election that Dr. Cooper did.
Oh, wait, was that Dr. Cooper's stuff?
None of y'all are cool unless you got Prime General. Just saying.
Prime General, fourth in command.
Shoutouts to me, Lejam, and Dr. Cooper.
Yeah,
the only ones to actually get that rank.
Exactly. Oh, we got a question about what were each one of you demoted for, and someone said they all resigned, no one was demoted. How accurate is that?
Yes, very accurate, dude.
Okay, I can go first. From high rank, I've only been demoted once, and it was because I used to be a pain in the butt. I was like obsessed with who was like active and who wasn't. So every F.E.A.R meeting, I would try to every fear meeting, I would go around and say that we should demote this person or demote that person because they don't do anything. And I guess after a while, everyone got sick of it. So I didn't go to one meeting, and I woke up the next day and I was demoted. And then I remember for like a month after that, my old friend Disavow, he was a general at the time, and I remember this was back when he was like talking to Shadow a lot, so I tried to get him to tell Shadow to tell Sonic to re-promote me, and nothing ever happened, so I ended up quitting. But other than that, I've just been demoted for like trolling and stuff, but that wasn't when I was a high rank.
Alright, Ace, how about you? How many times have you been demoted? What you been demoted for, if at all?
Oh god, how many times have I been demoted actually? Like 5 times, I think.
5 times?
If I remember correctly, yeah. I don't remember each time. I know one time was because apparently I was causing too much strife and whatnot. Basically the same thing Disavow got demoted for.
Yeah, what, you got
Kind
demoted
of.
to private, right? If I remember
Yeah.
correctly?
And then I met with Sonic, and
No,
he
no, no, no.
promoted me back up to Major and all that, but then I pretty
What
much
rank
quit
were
after
you at
that.
before that? You were at General, right? Or is it
Yes, I
Colonel?
was at General.
Okay, yeah. General to private. And then to Major. Oh man, Disavow. That's a good one. I was only demoted... I was demoted twice. Once as a colonel for inactivity, just because like I moved on from Fear like way back in like 2012, and wasn't on very much. And then the only other time I got demoted was from Vice Commander. So
What happened?
Should we go over that?
Yeah, the viewers need to know.
All right, give me a second. You guys can talk. I'm gonna look up and see if I can find the document real quick.
So, I think I actually got demoted one more time that I can remember. It wasn't from high rank, but I think I was an officer. I got demoted to like lieutenant or something because I was again just being a jerk. And then that time I actually quit Fear and tried to. I think I joined VAC. Actually, I got into VAC. This was in like 2014 or something like that. And then I spent like probably 2 or 3 months trying to get into VAC, and I finally got in. And then I quit after like 2 weeks because it was boring, and I rejoined Fear. But those are the only 2 times that I can remember being demoted.
All right, I got it. Already, all right. Let's see. Let's see how to add this.
I see a question of what was our opinions of A3 and ATC. A3 was the best forward, dude. Come on. What are you talking about? I wish it would have actually been finished, though. It was looking really good at the time.
Yeah, especially. Yeah, I was gonna say, especially for its time, it was gonna be a really good fort.
How many times have we said that, though?
Yeah.
That could be another topic. All right,
Another question is, what fond memories do you have of admin attacks?
Admin attacks. Oh, how many have there been that we've like been a part of or seen? I know at least 3.
Well, I know. I remember when Neil got hacked and he AA'd Fear. That and the one that happened a couple months ago are the only ones that I can remember personally.
There were a lot of admin attacks before the group audit logs came out.
Yep.
So I don't remember how many there were in that time span.
They were a lot smaller though too. Like you had them a lot
Most
more frequently.
Yeah.
And then you had like some big ones. Like wasn't Dr. Cooper involved in one too? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he was.
I think
he was framed for one, but
maybe yeah. I could remember too.
I remember I accidentally got him demoted from General.
What'd you do that for? How? I don't remember.
So at the time, he owned the A2 place, and he was getting a lot of tickets from it and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think I got told about a chat log or something of him, like, either... At the same time, he owned a group called, like, Row Nation or whatever, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And I think I got a chat log from someone of him talking about how he's putting all of the tickets... for those
the other group or someone?
I used to get tickets. It's like a sub thing of Robux when people join your place, but he was like putting all of his tickets into the other group, and it actually turned out to be not true, but he was demoted for it, and even after he proved that it was not true, he didn't get his rank back, and it was all my fault.
Yeah, Blandu was a big troublemaker back in the day. I remember a few of those. Will more people be in the Crep podcast? Maybe if we have more of these. Did you guys already talk about A3 and ATC stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, ATC itself, I remember I would get frustrated with it when I was a high rank, just because they didn't really do much. But I understand, like, they went through a bunch of different scripters, so I guess that's part of the reason that we never got anything done. But it was just a pain in the butt to.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Never really
biased, so I don't
get
want to
any
like harp on
products.
it. But
Yeah.
I got pretty pissed because I mean, what? All of 2017, we were promised that I think it was A3 back then was gonna come out, and then it never happened.
Yeah.
And so I see Speedy asked about like, what are your thoughts on DOA and what it'll do for F.E.A.R? And I guess my sentiment is of the same sort of thing of if it happens, that's fantastic, but I don't expect it to happen. And like,
I do think DOA will help F.E.A.R out a lot if it does come out.
yeah,
but,
I mean, I don't think anybody would disagree with that, right? Like, it's such a
Yeah.
good thing if it happens, and that's my biggest thing is if. And it's so sad that I have to say that, but
yeah, just
Yeah, I
just from past experience, it is kind of hard to be like, oh, I can't wait for DOA to come out because it's like we've been promised a lot of this stuff with A3, Azura, a whole bunch of other
yeah.
forts, and
How many times have we like been in an HCOM meeting and and like half the people say, "Yo, all the problems will be fixed with the next fort or the next like thing, the Nexus or whatever the experience system, right? Remember that when they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, guys,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna come out with the experience system," and I'm like, "Okay, but it's not there right now, and we need to address problems now." And that was one of my biggest things. And with the DOA thing, everybody's saying the same thing again. Everybody's saying, "Oh, just wait till DOA comes out; it'll all be great." And I'm like, "Okay, sure. If it comes out, I agree. Just like let loose, it'll be great. You'll have a lot of new members." But for right now, it's not out.
And this actually leads into a question I see here. What is my opinion on divisions and departments pre-relying on DOA? And the thing about that is, I think you guys should have been active, after Sonic got hacked, because that was when F.E.A.R was pretty much active. You should have kept up that activity, but then you guys are like, oh, let's just wait for DOA.
Come
Here we are a
save
couple
us.
months later
Yeah.
after the hack. It still hasn't come out. F.E.A.R's gone back. Well, it's getting a little bit more active now that people are in quarantine.
Yeah, it's really active actually
But-
because people are in quarantine. But it's a short-term thing, right? It's not going to be.
Yeah,
all-
when quarantine ends, is that activity going to stay? That's the thing you guys got to look at as high ranks. Is should we keep this activity going or should we still wait for DOA?
Yeah.
Like that's honestly what you should be doing.
Yeah, and I don't want to harp on it too much because that's pretty much all I talk about usually. So,
Screw ATC.
all right. So I have the what's it called, the document up. Here, one sec. I'll pull it up for you guys. I'll send it to you guys on Discord. So going back to the original question, who is everyone that's on the podcast right now? So you have A Slayer, Blandu, and I'm Bakugan 11. Oh boy. But yeah, so this is back when I was a general. I can't even remember when this was. I want to say it was like 2014, 2015. I don't know for sure though. Like Ace might know
Yeah, I
better.
think it was.
Yeah, I think it was
'Cause
2015.
I'm pretty sure my like past has been like 2013, 2012 to 2013. Then I quit, and then I came back like 2014, 2015. Then quit. Then came back like end of 2016, 2017, and then quit. Right? I think that's kind of like how it's been.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like I was general, got promoted to vice commander because everybody else sucked. But Zach was general at the time, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let's scroll down. Let's find out.
Yeah, he was a general.
Yeah.
He was mad, I believe. Part of the reason that he made the petition is because he thought he should have gotten VCO.
Yeah.
Bro, I was never gonna pick him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked out just because of the conflict of interest. That's why I didn't go with him. Because if I'm gonna have somebody with me at VCO, I want somebody who's gonna work with me rather than try and go against me, kind of deal, Because it's
Yeah.
just gonna cause a lot of bullshit and nothing to go forward in F.E.A.R. So it's like that's kind of why the decision was made for Baku, is because him and I worked together really well, and I thought we would work and move F.E.A.R forward a lot, just having us two at VCO. There was nothing biased against it. It was just I thought he was the best pick to work together with me to move F.E.A.R forward.
Yeah.
But a lot of people get ass hurt over it, and yeah.
So basically, for the people that don't know, what were you gonna say, Blandu?
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, that's the reason that it took me so long to pick like to say that I wanted to have someone be third in command because
Yeah, you didn't.
there's yeah. Well, I did like right towards the end. I picked Bixby Allen, but
You
for the
definitely
whole
should have
time I
picked
didn't
me.
want anyone to be like. I guess you could say my equal. I guess I didn't want anyone to be like on the same level as me, just because I kind of like had my hands in everything, so I was kind of in control of everything, and I didn't trust someone to also be doing that like at the same level that I was, and two, I am kind of a control freak, or I was when it came to fear, so I enjoyed like being able to decide what happened and when.
Yeah, being omniscient or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna read through all this, but for people that don't know, basically, like some of the like key points was that like stuff about like disavow and me not really doing anything, but I was just sort of like filling in the shoes of disavow, I guess. And so Zach was like pretty pissed. Like I got third in command. Let's read through the terms though, the brief synopsis because I don't remember these. So removed from third in command. He complained about how Sonic could make an unbiased and fair decision on to whom they would be a new third in command because he was inactive or something. HCOM reforms, they asked for FMA system would undergo massive changes. Talk about how disavow was so good. Talked about how important controlling the officers is and how that's like a lot of power, which I actually agree with. I think it's like really important, and I think it's underrated how powerful advancement is, because in and of itself you're kind of directly influencing the officers, so you have a lot of like control over who becomes the next officers and who's like running the clan. I think actually DOA is like one of the strongest things next to probably like justice. I think diplomacy and what's the other one, warfare, are good for public image but pretty useless for the clan stuff in the inner part of the clan. I think community resources or community, which one, affairs, what is that, relations, yeah, that one is like pretty good to get on the good side of people, but sometimes people don't take you as seriously or whatever. But yeah, they wanted to split advancement up with F.E.A.R Military Academy. Oh, they wanted to enter into the Age of Unity, so Unity boys, and then of course
Unity boys.
Yeah, they wanted to drop all of our allies and stuff, and then you had the list of all the people that had signed it, but then like half these people didn't actually sign it when I asked them, because for whatever reason he just slapped some names on there.
I think I was on there for a moment, but I had him take me off.
Yeah, I mean there's some more people that he actually like people asked him to take off, but yeah. I think that's enough of this. I get pissed looking at this.
One person asked, he keeps asking what happened to
Iraq
the world. Yeah. I think, well, I was also kind of like spearheading that whole demotion.
Yep.
I don't remember 100% what happened, but I remember people were like not happy with the way he was like letting people into military police and whatnot. People were saying he was corrupt. So, I think we kind of just started like giving him some resistance in the things that he was doing, so he started kicking some people out of MP. And then I remember I made a Skype chat with Sonic, or I had someone add me to a Skype chat with Sonic, and we added a bunch of people, and we just talked about how like corrupt he was and how he was doing a bad job, and then he ended up getting demoted.
He actually did get demoted?
I think that's what happened. Yeah, he got demoted.
Okay.
And I felt bad afterwards, because like up until then he was like, it's weird saying it because like we're the same age, but like he was like a mentor in F.E.A.R, I guess, like since I was like an officer back in the day, so I kind of felt bad afterwards, but he was kind of being a jerk.
Yeah, he kind of actually came around there for a little bit too, even as like an officer. I remember it was kind of odd. I didn't expect him to. Let's see, I still have a bunch of other questions. What's your opinion on the F.E.A.R zones? Is F.E.A.R zones that like sort of like skirmish space where you like battle 1v1, like one clan versus another on like a pretty equal footing, or what?
I think maybe like Varsia or something.
I think it's one of those maps, right? That's what F.E.A.R zones are?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't really care. Sure.
I mean, I think they're fun, but I mean,
whatever people pull.
I kind of like, yeah. I mean, I like people I like groups having their own unique bases, but I think for groups where it's like tryhards and stuff, it's good because it's an equal playing ground. And
yeah, you started to also see people what was it, around 2015, 2016, start to move more towards ending wars or even having wars in like a scrimmage form, basically. Or not scrimmage form, but you know what I mean, like have an elite team versus an elite team and then you just battle it out, right? I think that was like against JC or something like that, where they just had like a final battle of like 8v8, and I was like,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
'cause
RCL.
they would, like, not be able.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to decide who was winning, so they would be like final battle on this day at this time.
it was pretty interesting, and it was kind of cool to see that transition, but it also took away a lot from the regular people, like your regular members, and you kind of you also have that sort of now where only elites defend and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see how that's changed over time, because back in the day it was like who could lead all the randoms against each other, you know. What was the most memorable event in F.E.A.R history? Ace, you want that one?
Probably when we exiled Disavow.
Yep, I agree.
Just from all that fallout.
That was huge. What do you think, Blandu? Do you agree or not?
I think, well, yeah, I'm trying to think. That's definitely a big one, because I remember I was around then, and I was
the Icar stuff.
At the time I was on like Disavow's side.
Yeah.
And I remember freaking out, and I was like, this was back when I wasn't very fond of you guys, so I was like ranting, and yeah, but I think, yeah, as just from an objective view, I think that's definitely one of like the biggest things that's ever happened in F.E.A.R, as far as like the fallout afterwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's ever anything like that. Like OM talks about like the rebellion from a few months ago or whatever, right? It was like November or something like that. But I don't think it compares to what that Disavow thing was. Insane. Like that was crazy how much like F.E.A.R changed because of that.
Yeah, I think on a similar note, it was definitely not like as impactful as Disavow, but I remember back in like 2012 or 2013 when that Liev guy was
F.E.A.R,
trying to get Ace demoted. That was pretty intense. A lot of people were like a lot of people left F.E.A.R for that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild too. It's usually when we think of big moments, it's like person getting demoted or somebody trying to get somebody demoted.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Opinion on Salvus Guard.
Opinion on Salvus Guard. Oh, we'd be here all day if I went into that, dude.
What is FSC though?
F.E.A.R Supreme Court.
Oh, F.E.A.R Supreme Court.
I don't know.
That's funny.
Wasn't there like some mini rebellion thing there too? With F.E.A.R Supreme Court? Under Civil Law or something like that, I think?
Maybe. I might not have been around for that.
I don't know. Salvus Guard is just basically...
I just know we shut it down because somebody was given... was won a case that was against me because apparently we demoted him from colonel unfairly and he wanted it back the lazy way. So then we just ended up shutting it down because of that.
Yeah.
I think both of those groups, like, on paper are good ideas, but the way that they ended up being used and just how things went was not ideal. So I think that's why they were shut down. But, like, I think the idea of having like a guard group for like high ranks and like a Supreme Court to settle differences is a cool idea.
I don't know. I think Ace is a little bit of the same idea, or same mindset. But personally, I think Salvus Guard and even by extension Vanguards or whatever are totally useless. I think Vanguards as like a sword fighting thing is like okay, but I think the whole guarding aspect is kind of useless. Like of course, like I'm in a minority. I've seen that over time, so like they can go ahead and keep continuing. I don't care. It's not that big a deal to me. But I just personally don't see use to it. I think it's a bit excessive to have like high ranks in a Roblox clan walk around with like guards or whatever in a training. But I think like of course if like DOA comes out or something like that, have some like cool mechanic for them, sure. But I don't see the use. What do you think, guys?
I think it's cool.
Is your name Ace?
Oh, I thought you said guys.
Nope.
I heard guys too, to be honest.
Oh, shit.
Okay, go ahead, Ace.
I mean, I'm kind of the same opinion. Like, there's really no point to it. Yeah, it looks kind of cool in a, like a concept sort of deal, but it's like, why? Who cares?
Yeah. What were you going to say, Blandu?
Kind of pretty much the same thing that you guys said.
Alright, I think we should probably end it off on Speedy's question, because I don't want it to go too long. We can hit the Intel Division question real quick. What do you guys think about that? Do you think they're useful? Do you think there's any
The elite
practicality?
FCO.
What do you guys think, Blaine? Do you love that shit for a little bit there?
Um, hmm. I think that's another thing that, like, in theory, it's cool. Maybe not like a good idea for intel divisions, because I remember back in the day when I was in FCO, it was basically like join this group and rank up, but we never actually did anything.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you wanted to actually get any quote information, you'd have to be a high rank. So and no one was gonna put the time in to do that.
Yeah, because then you're not
So
getting progress in Fear. It's just so
yeah.
counterintuitive.
Yeah.
So it's like it was kind of a waste of time. Unless yeah, I don't know. At least for while I was around, I don't know what happened before I was in FCO, like what they used to do, but
Formations.
yeah, I don't think
Eagle
they- well,
formation. I remember that.
yeah.
It's so
Oh my
startling.
gosh. And then at the end, it turned into freaking RF2,
Yeah.
basically.
And they like fought or whatever. FCO over RF. What were you saying, Ace, though, about it?
So like FCO and all those intel, like it's basically the same thing as Salvus Guard, good in concept, but practically it's like why?
Yeah.
Like most of the intel that you get is just scouting a base, and that's something you can do on your own as DOW or just anybody in the warfare department.
Yeah, Warfare's taking that up now, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I think overall, those sort of things, like if you have a DOA sort of event come on, it might be a good thing to implement just for like a member to like do sort of fun activity in the game or whatever it is that the system, whatever you have. But in practicality for a group, I think they're pretty counterintuitive. Maybe not even a whole entire division. Maybe you have like one operative who's like inside another group, right? But
Yeah.
even then, it's a little excessive. But yeah, all right. So last question. And go around and give who is it, Speedy? I don't know if he's trolling or not, but
He was like, no, that's Speedy Steve.
what?
That's Speedy Steve.
Yeah. So it is a troll, right? Any tips
Yeah.
to new members? I mean, still we could say it's a good way to end,
Yeah.
honestly. So you start, Mr. Blandu.
Me? Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't go to events. I'm not too involved in much anymore to give like an accurate tip for fear right now, but I can say just as a general thing, I guess, don't be a jerk to people, because that was one thing that made it really hard for me to rank up, was I was just kind of an ass all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it took me like, I think I was in fear for like 3 years before I got VCO, and most of the time that I was in fear up until the end was me trying to rank up to be a high rank. So I guess just be friendly with people. Don't try to get people demoted. I don't really see a lot of that anymore, but yeah, that's the best tip I can give.
A Slayer.
I mean, it's about the same as Blandu. Just don't be a jerk at events, and just honestly do your best at the events, and don't expect to go up too fast. And once you get like major and stuff, don't expect to go up too fast at that point. To go up into the middle ranks and whatnot. But just keep trying for it, honestly. That's all you can do.
Patience is a big thing.
If I'm being 100% serious about advice on how to like rank up in Fear, then I would say be very intentional about the department and people you interact with. I think you can identify areas that are faulty in leadership, or that you can see an opportunity for yourself. I mean, people do that in real life too. They see positions that they want to pursue, right? It's not a bad thing to set goals for yourself. But that being said, I think just going off the same thing, it is a group. It is a bunch of people together. It's not something that's based off solely merit. You do have to convince other people, so being a decent person is also part of it.
Yeah, and have fun along the way too, because if you're not having fun, then it's
Why the point?
no point in doing it, right?
Yes. I definitely did not have enough fun along the way, but
Yeah,
what
I was gonna say, I think that's part of the reason why I left, because I was taking it so seriously well, the last couple months that I was in fear, not so much, but like pretty much the whole time throughout that, before that I was a high rank, I was taking it really seriously, and it was just kind of stressful for me more than anything. I had fun sometimes, but as far as like doing things for the group, it was just kind of stressful.
Yeah, I think it's a little difficult of a topic for me because honestly, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I had a bit of fun taking it so seriously, right? Like I kind of like invested myself in it, and I almost found that like gratification, right? Of every rank up was like so awesome, dude. Holy crap, I love that shit. That was like my jam, right? But realistically, trying to find a little bit more times where I could laugh along the way or something like that would have helped a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Anything else to say, you guys? Ace, Blandu.
I just want to say, I have a group on Roblox. It's a
Okay.
fan club.
Alright, no,
It's just
no.
Blandu. It's my name. If you
Nope.
want to join it,
Okay. No plug here.
there are donation T-shirts.
Oh,
Promotion.
Oh my gosh. Alright, well, thank you guys for stopping by. Hopefully we didn't offend too many people. I really try not to like keep it controversial or anything. Try to make it a pretty good time for everybody.
We literally had a section where we ranked honorary leaders.
But we didn't like do it
Controversial
negatively,
about
right? Like it really wasn't that bad, right? Like
That's true, yeah.
I really don't want
Next
to.
time, it's gonna be a little more controversial.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the goal for next time.
Yeah, next time we get it canceled.
Each episode is gonna be more and more controversial, more offensive, and more arguing.
By the end, we'll be like Alex Jones or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Throwing out
Bullfrogs.
bullshit.
The clouds are making the frogs gay. But anyways, thank you guys.
Comment down below. Oh, sorry. Comment down below who you think our next guest should be,
Oh, guest. Ooh, that's a good one. All right.
or if you think we should have a guest.
But anyways, thank you guys. Hope you had a good time, and hopefully we can do this again sometime. Thank you for watching.